A absolutely massive Nintendo Direct just dropped today, and of course, we're going to talk about it. And to talk about it today, we brought on Stealth40k. You've probably seen him on X. This man needs no introduction, but we're going to do it anyway because that's what we do here. So, Stealth, how's it going, buddy?
It's going good. Yeah, today was an exciting day. Nintendo Directs are always a blast, especially this one. And yeah, it's great to be speaking to you all about it.
Great to have you on.
Yeah, great to have you here. We're super excited to talk about this. Listen, this is a JRPG centric podcast, and we are all very excited about Fire Emblem. So we will go through this list, but we're going to start with Fire Emblem because it's Fire Emblem, and we just got a new Fire Emblem, and we're all freaking out a little bit. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about Fire Emblem a lot. And then we're going to go through and probably talk mostly about the JRPGs, but shout out some other games that we're excited about as well. And we have everybody else here. We got Mags, got Slam, we got Tay. How are you guys doing?
Awesome.
Good.
Yeah, doing great.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're just going to dive right into it for this one because there's a lot to talk about. Okay. Fire Emblem. So we get to the end of the show. And we're getting Resident Evil, which we'll talk about, which objectively is cool, but I was getting a little nervous. And then we get that one more thing. And as soon as that Coliseum popped up, I mean, it was Fire Emblem. Like, you knew it was Fire Emblem. All of us were freaking out. So Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. I have a crazy theory about this one, which I'll get to here in a second, that I haven't heard anybody else say. Just for context for everybody listening, I played like 450 plus hours of Three Houses. If you're a follower of this podcast, you've heard me wax poetic about Three Houses several times now. I played all 4 paths, plus the DLC, plus a second run through of the Red Path, and got all the extra DLC goodies. So I have a lot of information about this game, and so that is making me look at this trailer with a little bit of a different perspective. But I wanted to hear from you guys before I give my wild and crazy theory. What are you guys thinking about this so far?
I guess I'll start. Yeah, I love this announcement. I knew right away when I saw it. I was kind of expecting Fire Emblem to come through, and they delivered. This seems to be some sort of kind of continuation of my favorite Fire Emblem of all time, which is Three Houses. And
let's go.
Yeah, a couple Three Houses stands over here. And I'm really, really excited. I love the art style. It kind of like whenever they first started showing it, I was kind of taken aback. Like, is this Fire Emblem? Because it almost didn't look like Fire Emblem at first to me. But yeah, once it got rolling, I'm like, oh yeah. And then the brief glimpses we got of like the combat and some like little bits and pieces of what we could expect story wise. This is going to be great. This is going to blow Engage out of the water. This is exactly what I need. Cannot wait for this game right here.
Nice. Yeah. No, I mean, same thing. I had a prediction list before the direct started. A couple of them were jokes, but one of them was, most of them came true, which was funny. But one of them was something Fire Emblem. And I think everybody was expecting a Genealogy of the Holy War remake because that's been rumored for such a long time. So to get a prequel / sequel, we don't know quite yet, to Three Houses is really exciting. Because at first I was kind of with Slam. I was like, with the city, I'm like, is this metaphor? But why would they save one more thing for metaphor? That doesn't make sense. But then when they started showing, are they called battalions where they have like the group of soldiers with you? I'm like, oh, they're like carrying over Three Houses stuff. But then the reveal at the very end of the trailer, I'm like, oh, this is just
oh my gosh,
in the Three Houses world. So I don't know what they're doing.
Screaming.
But yeah, I'm very excited. I love the plot. There's like this tournament that's kind of going on. I'm curious how all the characters are gonna be involved in that. But love me a good battle tournament in a JRPG, one of the great tropes. So Yeah, no, definitely very excited. This is going to be the thing that makes me buy a Switch 2. So whenever that comes out, that's what I'll buy my Switch 2 for. So
Attaboy.
excited about that. Yep.
Stealth, how are you feeling about it, buddy?
Yeah, I'm super excited about Fire Emblem. I knew like as soon as the Coliseum showed up, it had to be Fire Emblem, and I did love Engage, but I played that with the lens that okay, this is a celebration game. A little more lighthearted, although there were some messed up things in that game. But a little bit more lighthearted in tone. Whereas this one, you got your revenge. You got kids about to be, maybe killed in the trailer. It was, it felt like, okay, this is a mainline Fire Emblem. And of course, when they zoom in on the combat, classic turn-based SRPG stuff, no real big, I don't see any big change there, which is fine. I don't want Fire Emblem to change that. That's what makes it Fire Emblem to me.
Yep.
But yeah, just the art style and the aesthetic, it looks amazing. I need that music track, whatever it is, on
it was
on
great.
Nintendo Music ASAP, so I can repeat that.
It was so good.
Yeah, but and also like, it seems like this game seems done to me. I think this is one of those games where Nintendo's announced it, but it's done, and they'll be able to slide it into whatever month they want to next year. Yep. Which is exciting. I don't think there's any chance of like it being delayed or anything like that. But yeah, a lot of people, obviously not this crowd, not your audience, will not be excited that a Nintendo Direct ended with Fire Emblem. But for me, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard some people talking about that. Like, I was listening to some people react to the Direct, and they're like, ending with Fire Emblem. I'm like, excuse me, this was a great way to end the Direct. So yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, and even Nintendo Japan put up like kind of a summary of it, and they acknowledge like, oh, you see this mystery character at the end? Isn't she familiar? Who could it be? Stay tuned and find out when we reveal more information.
Crazy. Yeah, it's like, excuse me.
So like they know what they're doing.
Yeah. I think that with this Direct, most of the games we saw were like first half of next year or before. So I do think we're probably seeing it sooner than later.
I could see Fire Emblem being like a June drop, honestly. It feels like a summer game.
Mm-hmm.
I want a collector's edition.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Me too.
Oh my gosh. Okay. But I want a collector's edition that is accessible, that we could actually purchase, because Fire Emblem has a history with collector's editions that is insane. But yeah, I have my collection up there, so I need to add to it and figure out how I'm going to get it up there. But Mags, how are you feeling about it? And then I'll get into my theory.
Yeah, I'm still hyped. Ever since I've seen it, I've just been like going through Twitter, trying to look at all the different things people have been noticing in the, because there's a lot of little details there that seem to be very important. So that's been exciting, because I feel like I haven't really like read or seen a lot of talk about Fire Emblem. It's been a little, I've definitely missed it. So it's nice to kind of be able to do that again. Yeah, the trailer looked amazing. Like, I'm so excited to see what the connection is to Three Houses, because there's something there. And like, hopefully those reveals will be done very well. And I'm also interested to see kind of how the four main characters that we were shown in the trailer are like integrated into the story. Like, is this going to be something where like we see each one of their perspectives? Is it going to be one route? Is it going to be multiple routes? Like, I just have so many questions about it, but I'm also very like excited for what we already saw. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm ready for it, and I'm ready to buy it whenever it's available.
All right. Okay. So bookmark this. This is going to be my wild and crazy theory. It's probably not true, but there are a lot of indicators that it could go this direction. So this is what I think. Are you ready for this? Okay. I think they're going to pull a prequel sequel with this one, like they did in Valkyria Profile 2. I won't say anything more for that game, because if you haven't played that, you should check that one out. It's a great PS2 game. I think that we are actually in the past and not in the future. A lot of people are trying to figure out how this is connected by looking at it from a future perspective. I think this is the past. I think these characters are all in the lines of the main characters from 3. and there's a lot of indicators of that. Like Lita, I think her name is, like, she looks like she could be an ancestor of Happy. And Dietrich, I think, could be an ancestor of Mercedes and Yuritsa. I think Theodora could easily be either in the Saros line or in the Cressfeld line, the Edelgard line. And I think Kai could be related to Claude. I think there are some indicators of that. There are other characters that people noticed in the trailer that have crests that were revealed that were no longer a thing in Three Houses, like they had gone extinct, or not, however you would say that, like they weren't really around. But the thing that makes it this possibility for me is actually the Sothis reveal. Because if you've played all of the Three Houses paths, and I will not reveal anything else, I don't want to go into spoilers for Three Houses. There is more depth and significance to the rewind feature than just the fact that you can rewind if you screw something up in a battle. There's kind of a meta element there. And Sothis says at the end something along the lines of, "Come on, it hasn't been that long. Don't tell me you don't remember me." Right? And I'm like, I wonder if she's talking to Byleth. And if somehow that's connected, like, because one of the big questions that I asked in Three Houses was, why didn't I get a golden ending? I wanted an ending where we can have a happy place where everybody comes together, they see who the true enemy is, and they could do something about it. And there is a possibility, again, wild theory, I don't know if this is actually going to come true, that the time is turned back much, much, much further to see if something can be done at a different time period than what we have in Three Houses that could eventually lead to a better ending for everybody in the future. That's my, like, Hail Mary long shot. There's also indications of being in the past there's a woman in there that's got a gun, which some people are like, a gun in Fire Emblem, what's going on? But if you have played Three Houses and you go into some of the lore, there's technology there from a certain group of people who happen to work with, we'll call him the God-Shattering Star. Shout outs, it's an amazing song. And he also seems to be in this trailer as well, if you look very, very closely. So that's my theory from looking at the details, and we'll see how close I get when we get this game.
I love that theory. Good job, Brandon.
I hope it's true. It's really good, especially the part with Byleth, because that's not a connection that I made, like, at all. So nice. Because
it's good, and I say Sothis of the past because Sothis of the past would have been full form Sothis, and so if she got her power in the future from the events of Three Houses, then you go back in time and she's kind of like fully formed. So it could be in the future, but I think we're actually seeing a prequel sequel here.
I think it's a prequel too. Yeah, for sure. It seems like most of the signs point to that, honestly.
So you heard it here first, folks.
No, that's a good piece of lore pickup, because, like, I mean, if you're not paying attention too closely, you look at Sothis and it's like, oh, she's older, so it's got to be a sequel, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
then you start to think about it, and it's like, wait, how does this setting fit in the future of Three Houses?
Exactly.
It doesn't make that much sense.
Yep.
So yeah, once I watched the trailer a couple times, I kind of had that same feeling, like, this is a prequel sequel kind of thing. And I was like, wait, maybe it's like, oh no, so this can just jump to different, kind of Fire Emblem timelines, but I don't think they would do that. So
yeah. And yeah, I mean, maybe if Byleth doesn't show up in this game, I would still be happy with this and super excited about it. But I do think that if I'm right about that reveal, which they're going to keep, they would keep that one close for a while. Like, I don't even know if we would see that in a trailer until, like, maybe the very end, when they're about to launch, if they revealed that at all. But if that reveal happened, that would be the wildest, like, turn of events, especially if you've played all of the paths and you kind of have the larger lore of Fire Emblem Three Houses. That would be super crazy. So we'll see if I don't know, I'm probably like 50% right, but I would be really hyped if that more or less turns out to be the case.
Oh, that'd be amazing if they could
Yeah.
somehow tie it in. And yeah, don't spoil it with a trailer. Just put it in the game.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it.
Yeah.
That would suck.
if they actually have Byleth in this game, they don't need to say or do anything to indicate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could see them dropping a trailer where they like hint at it, right? Like, I don't know, so like a flash of green hair or something. You like they'd probably do something, but I don't want a full like. Turns out Byleth is here. Here's what's happening. Like, did none of
They
that.
better
Keep
not.
it like mysterious and
I don't think they would. You know, if you've all played Donkey Kong Bonanza, there's some pretty big spoilerish stuff that would have made for a good pop moment in the trailer. Never mentioned it.
Yeah.
And especially in like Tears of the Kingdom, like a lot, they just didn't even show like 95% of that game. So I think for that they would keep that under wraps.
Yeah, they're pretty reserved.
So, all right, we've spent a lot of time on Fire Emblem, so I guess we can move on. But we're all very excited about for Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. That's coming out in 2026. We don't know yet, but we will definitely be talking about that here when we get more information, because we will not be able to help ourselves. But anyway, getting back to the beginning of the Direct, this was a really interesting Direct. It was super long. Everybody was talking about that. You know, it's going to be 60 minutes. And it kind of turned out to be like two Directs smashed together. They had like the Mario 40th Anniversary Direct, or what would have been maybe in a different timeline, right? And then they smashed it with basically a regular Direct. So they had a lot of really cool stuff to kick this off. A lot of the Mario art, museum stuff, like 40th anniversary stuff. That was super cool. But then they announced the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which is not a game, but still, I loved the movie. I don't know what our audience will think about the movie, but as far as video game movies go, I'm like, it's
so fun.
The best.
I liked it
best,
too.
Yeah, the best game movie I think we've ever had. So the Galaxy movie was a surprise, and bringing back all of the cast from the first one, like, they sold me. I'm in. So I'm super excited about that one.
Yeah, and then they went right into the Mario Galaxy 2 remasters. So they didn't say a lot, but we got a lot of information after the Direct. Just so everybody knows, this is the second time that they've released Mario Galaxy. They released it once on the 30th anniversary or 35th anniversary or whatever thing that they don't sell anymore. But they put this out and bundled it with Galaxy 2. And they were like, this is on the Nintendo Switch and it's playable on the Switch too. And I can't express to you how angry that made me. Because like, I just want a Switch. Like, I want you to just put it all on the Switch too. And like, I understand you're not going to leave the Switch one in the dust, but this is like a big thing that you're like opening up the Direct with. It's the first thing you show. It's two of the best Mario games like ever, remastered with, you know, controller support and all that. And then it's just a Switch 1 version. But later after the Direct, they did say that this, like on the Switch 2, this is going to run much better. It's going to be like 4K. It's going to have, you know, all the upgrades that you would expect with a Switch 2 version. But the physical version of the game is going to be just on the Switch 1. I don't know why they're doing that. To be honest, I don't know if it has something to do with. I
feel like it's just like, hey, this is Mario. Let's not lock anybody out.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
like,
it seems like to me.
It doesn't seem like we're getting a physical. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we're getting a physical Switch 2 version at all, and I'm not sure why that is.
I feel like it's because they're not fully remaking them.
Maybe.
They're really just kind of remasters. So I feel like they don't want to kind of put the association, oh, this is a Switch 2 marquee, gigantic remake kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's Mario, so people might see it that way. That makes sense.
Yeah. I'm personally still excited about it.
Me too.
I have them pre-ordered from Best Buy already. I did get the what was it? The 3D All-Stars. So I
So
have
did
the
I.
first one, but I'm gonna get this one anyway, and hopefully this one's not limited. There are no indications that this is going to be a limited release.
No,
And the other games from 3D All Stars we technically have available in some way, shape, or form. I'm pretty sure on NSO everything else is there.
yeah, it's available.
So-
You can play.
Yeah, I think Sunshine is coming to
Yeah.
the GameCube.
It is.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's not there yet, but it is coming. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I'm excited for it too, just for Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
I really that's probably my favorite 3D platformer of all time, and yeah, I would like to have a physical copy on Wii, on Switch.
On Wii. Yep, let's go. I know, and they have those amiibo too. I'll tell you what, okay. I may or may not have also pre-ordered like all of the amiibo that they announced because I have a problem. But like they're so freaking cool. Like the amiibo are gonna kill me, bro. And they're so expensive. I might need to cancel my pre-orders. I haven't figured it out yet. I need to talk
Those
myself out of this
Air
for something.
Riders amiibo are so sick.
I know,
dude.
but they're
Yeah.
like $50 freaking dollars, dude. Like they're the cost of a game.
I love them.
Like pre-ordering all of these amiibo is like $300 or something stupid like that. Oh, and I did it, but I haven't committed to it yet because I pre-ordered. You know how it is.
I've gotten some of the new ones, and I don't know if the quality is better. They are more expensive, but I don't open them, so I'm not. I'm
I
not
know,
Sure. Yeah.
I have you can barely see it, but I have an entire side of the shelving that's just amiibo. Like, okay, it's all right. Everything's fine. We're fine. You're fine. It's okay. We're good. Okay. Anyway, so those amiibo are coming out and they look great. And then there's also that cool storybook, which I'm also probably gonna buy because I'm an idiot. If they're available, but that also looks super cool. And I was watching it with my mom and my almost 3-year-old, and she was all excited about it, which is, that always makes my heart melt when she's like, Mario! And she was wearing a Mario shirt, which I don't think was planned, but it was perfect. It was wonderful. So that's coming as well. And then we got an announcement for Mario Tennis Fever. Let's go.
Let's
Dude,
go.
I'm so freaking excited about that.
I love Mario Tennis. I like all the Mario sports games except the new Strikers. I thought that game sucked, but all the rest of them are great. I really like the Marios. I played so much Mario Golf and Mario Tennis Aces, like so much. They're just such good times, especially like playing multiplayer with your friends or whatever. It's just like, it's amazing. So good. I cannot wait for this game. And they added like Mario Kart style elements to it with the rackets and like swapping like movesets and stuff. Like, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, little power ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can like slide and like dive for shots now as well, which seems really cool. So,
and the different like courts and like location and environments looked so cool. I don't know, man. I remember I played a ton of Aces when it came out. Everybody was like, "Why are you playing Mario Tennis Aces so much?" I'm like, "That's all I'm playing, dude."
it's so much fun.
I feel like in that trailer they listened to a lot of the criticism of Aces, where they just flat out said 38 characters, most in the series. Big adventure mode, different kind of varied Mario style maps, and I don't think they said it in the trailer, but it's in the information afterwards. So there's also a mission mode, with like a mission tower and things like that. So it seems like it's going to launch with more content, with significantly more content than Aces launched with.
Yeah.
And that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, that was something that I was feeling when they were going through all of the things. Like in the Switch generation, I think my biggest problem with the Mario sports games was it felt like they were going a little bit too hard into the live service style, where they would launch the game and it had like a little bit of content, but then it was all about the stuff that they were releasing afterwards. And maybe I'm the minority here, but like even DLC can be a problem for me. I'm not going to get into like the reason DLC can bother me in general, but just like if I'm playing a game and I put like 100 hours into that game, just for example, and then they're like, "Hey, 8 months later, we're going to give you DLC." I'm like, I've already moved on. Like, I kind of don't care. Like, if you want me to care about the content, just put it in the game so that I can enjoy it when it's there. And
They
that's
want you
actually
to come
something
back.
that came up.
Yeah.
I know, but why? There's so many games to play. Like, why do you want to waste my time? So anyway, with Fever, this felt like we were getting a Mario Tennis that like we would have gotten back when this was less of an issue. Like it felt like they were actually starting with all of this stuff already being a part of the game. And I'm like, okay, now this feels like a Mario Tennis game I can be excited about because it feels like a game we can jump into, enjoy all the things, and not be like, oh, but next month, you know, they'll probably still do something, but at least there's going to be a significant amount of content there at launch. And that's something that I'm excited about.
What about you, Tay? Do you like Mario Tennis?
I literally have never played a Mario Tennis game, so I have no thoughts.
We may or may not have to get you to play.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
Level Up Legacy Mario Tennis, baby.
Let's go.
It's very arcadey looking, so I would be much more into that compared to like a
simulation
like
tennis.
super real.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's way more fun.
That's how I am.
Oppose sports games, but I'm kind of like what Brandon said. Like in this era where like 50 games a week come out, it's like
It's hard.
I just don't have time. It's like unless you're absolutely incredible, like you have to blow me away to get my attention. So we'll see when it comes out. We'll see, but you know,
We'll get him to play. We'll get him to play.
It's also a game that's most fun when you have 3 other people to play with.
Yeah.
And not everyone has that constantly. You know, the single player content will be fun, but yeah, I mean, the versus matches are where it's at, and not that much fun with the computer.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And I feel like that could get pretty goofy with if they're doing like the camera integration thing. I don't know if they mentioned anything about that, but like if you do 4-player online, like
did they even acknowledge the existence of that in this direct at all? I feel like
The camera?
No, they didn't.
The camera, yeah.
Overcooked.
There was
Overcooked.
Overcooked had the little floating heads.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious.
It looked hilarious too. Yeah.
Me and Max.
Can you just imagine
I know, we're on it.
Oh man. Yeah. So that one's coming out. That's exciting. Super Mario Brothers Wonder Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Like that, like it's cool, but it's Wonder. We already had that. But the talking flower. Anybody?
We want the talking flower, okay? I want it. I want 10 of them. I want one at work. I want one at home. I want one like in every room. It's adorable. Just like
I don't know. I got some serious like Furby vibes that were kind of creeping me out because they were like, "Hey, look! Sometimes it talks by itself," and I'm like, "I don't want that. Like, I don't want to be like sleeping at 11 p.m. It's like, hey, how's it going? Like,
I love Nintendo toys.
I think it's so cute.
I have the alarm clock.
I have to have it.
I have the alarm clock too, and it's awesome. Like, I just like the silly toy type stuff that they put out.
Yeah, me too. It's just so funny.
Flower. It's in it was in Mario Party for Switch 2. Now it's in this again. They're really pushing that character.
Yeah,
it's not going away.
Yeah, I'm surprised because I thought it was kind of annoying in Wonder. I'm like, just shut up and let me play. Oh my god.
I was really indifferent to it. I think I might have muted the voice at one point because I was like, I just don't want to hear it.
Well, hopefully this one tells me how to live my life, and that would be great.
Hopefully.
That would be super helpful.
At least give me some helpful information, Flower.
Yeah.
Financial advice. Invest here.
Daily advice. Yeah. Words to live by.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's super interesting. I gotta say though, like as weird as it is, like I love Nintendo for doing weird things, which we'll definitely come back to. But something like this, I'm just like, it feels very Nintendo, and I can appreciate that. Even if I got some Furby vibes, like who else is doing this kind of thing? Nobody. It's Nintendo. So
someone's got to do it. Yeah.
Someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, and then we got Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. So this one for me, I am tentatively excited for this one. So Yoshi's Yarn and Woolly Worlds, or whatever they were called, like those were kind of a disappointment for me. So when I was growing up, I played like the original Mario at like a babysitter's house. So I didn't own it, but I played a ton of it. And the first console that my parents actually bought for us to have was a Super Nintendo, and it came with Yoshi's Island. I love Yoshi's Island. It's still probably my personal favorite Mario game. And then I played it again relatively recently on the NSO. And I'm still like, this is, oh, there's my thumbs up. This is still like one of the most well-designed Mario games out there, in my opinion. Like, it almost felt like Wonder was based on some of the weird stuff they did in Yoshi's Island. So when they showed this looks like they are going more the Yoshi's Island approach, but it's still kind of cutesy, and I'm afraid it's still going to be like a children's game like the last two Yoshi games were, which were like, they were disappointing for me. They were beautiful. They were just like super easy and not really what I wanted from a Yoshi game. So I'm like, if this feels more like Yoshi's Island, then that's going to be exciting. But I am concerned that it's going to be another like baby's Mario game. And that'll be good for my kids, I guess. But that would be a little disappointing.
I have no thoughts.
I'll be curious to see what people say about the like, I don't even know what to call it, the like half frame animation where it looks a little janky, but it's obviously on purpose. I remember they did that with Loop 8. I know that's a very obscure game, but people are like, oh,
I know what you're talking about, Tay.
Yeah.
I played that one. I regret it, but I played it. Yeah, it was terrible. One of the worst games ever. Anyway, sorry.
So bad. No, but like the funny thing was, people were like, "Oh, the animation is so bad." It's like, no, it was a purposeful choice, and I don't know if people understand that, like they're doing it on purpose. But I like the visuals, but I'm kind of with Brandon. It looked very slow. It's like, oh, we can't break this rock. Let's kick the dandelions, and then they slowly go over it, and then you can drop it. I'm like, this seems very slow and plotting, but haven't played it, so.
I'm not sure what it is. I'm kind of with you guys. It looks beautiful. Is it a 2D? Is it like a full 2D platformer with regular stages? It didn't seem that way to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if it was something like Scribblenauts, where it's like, okay, you're put in this scene, and now you have to do something or solve something. But yeah, I'm tentatively excited because visually it looks good. But yeah, I need more info on that.
Yeah.
Just because I have no idea what genre it is.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we didn't really see anything else other than like, you're in a book and look, there's some things you can do while you're in the book. So yeah, I'll be interested to see more info on that one. It could be cool. And again, like for my kids' sake, that kind of stuff, if it does end up being like a really simple, straightforward game, I played like Mario versus Donkey Kong with Lauralee and she loved it. And that game was just super easy. It was like Mario Light, right? Because you just have like some small objectives in each level, and it gets a little bit more challenging, but it's pretty straightforward. And playing it with her was great, right? Versus like a full Mario game that was much harder. So there's a place for it for sure. But I just I don't know. I kind of wish we got like another legitimate Yoshi's Island, like the way Yoshi's Island was. And every time they keep announcing these new Yoshi games, I'm like, is this going to be the one? So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, it made sense because if you think about like the Mario universe, we've had Mario games recently. Luigi's Mansion had an HD port. We had a Peach game. We had a WarioWare game. We had a DK game. The one like character in the Mario universe we haven't had a main game in a long time was Yoshi. So people were kind of predicting like it could be Yoshi next. But yeah, I looked at. Unfortunately, they don't do this anymore. A lot of developers Nintendo works with won't announce that they're working on the game until it's out, which is annoying. So I was looking at was it Feel Good or Good Feel? I always forget which way it goes. But I looked at their Twitter. They had announced that they were working on it. So I'm actually curious to know who it is.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm sure we'll get more info on that one. All right. Next, we had, I'm just going to breeze through these. Someone stop me if you have any interest in these, because personally, frankly, I did not. We had Storm Lancers, looks like Metroidvania kind of game, anime art style. It was pretty cool looking. Dinkum. Let's go. All right. Australian farm sim. The one thing I will say about Dinkum is I did kind of find it hilarious that you were in Australia and there were things trying to kill you. That's kind of funny. I'll give them that one. Pop you come? Someone say that correctly.
That's how you say, yeah, pop you come, yep.
Okay. Yep. So that was a thing. Tamagotchi Life, which, okay, I don't care about Tamagotchi Life, but I'll tell you what, I went to a GameStop recently, like a month ago, and there was a 3DS Tamagotchi Life game there. And it was like something ridiculous, like $180. And I was like, what is this? And they were like, oh yeah, Tamagotchi Life has like a hardcore fan base, and there are people who are like obsessed with these games. So the prices have shot way up. So when this was going through the trailer, I don't care about this, but apparently Tamagotchi Life is a big deal. So shout outs to any Tamagotchi Life fans out there. Are there any here today?
Never played it.
Nope.
All right, moving on. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection was next. Well, okay, one of the things about this one, I'm not a huge Mortal Kombat fan personally. Like, I played a little bit of it and I was like traumatized back in the day by going to an arcade and seeing someone get stabbed and blood flying everywhere, when I was probably too young to be seeing that. But one thing I think is cool about this is they said something along the lines of like, there are playable interviews, like interactable documentary style things where they go through and you learn about things. And then apparently you can just like play aspects of it. And I think that's a really cool concept. Like, hey, if you want to present the history of something, make part of it playable. I don't know. I thought that was a cool idea, but otherwise, cool that it's coming. I love to see retro collections. Anybody excited about that one?
Yeah, I'm buying that one, and I might not ever actually play it. I might just have it for collecting purposes. I owned all the Mortal Kombats when I was a kid. Don't have the physical editions anymore, and just for nostalgia's sake, I just want to have them. And the collection is pretty complete. It has just about everything up until the N64 era. So just having it and knowing that I have those games again kind of means something to me. Even though, like, I'd rather play some of the newer Mortal Kombats online if I'm going to play Mortal Kombat. But it's a very well-made collection with a lot of thought and kind of care put into it. So I like that. And on Switch, too, it's content complete on the cart, which is also something we're supporting.
Let's go. I'm going to buy it now.
Yeah, me too.
Like you, Stealth.
Nice.
Gotta support the full physical. All right, and speaking of speaking of not full physical, Final Fantasy VII Remake for the Switch 2 was talked about, not announced. So we have that coming. Slam played that at the preview event at PAX.
I did. And sure. Yeah. So I got to play the whole first chapter for about an hour of the game up until like the first major boss fight, which I thought was a good litmus test for analyzing the performance of the game. There's all kinds of particle effects, big explosions, all kinds of animations going across the screen during that fight. This game performed flawlessly. I mean, this looks and performs incredible on the Switch 2. I said, I think to Brandon right after I played it, I was like, the Cyberpunk 2077 is easily like the highest point for third party, like best looking games on the Switch 2 right now. Like most impressive, like kind of next gen feeling thing for the Switch. And I feel like Final Fantasy VII Remake is on that level. It looks at like graphics wise, quality looks like base PS5 level, but you're going to get locked at 30 frames per second, which is like PS4. So it's kind of like a nice in between there. But yeah, loved my time with it. I played the entire thing in handheld mode. So in PAX, like if you went to the Nintendo booth, it was all on the screen. But I went to like a behind closed doors things with Square, and I got to play the whole first chapter in handheld mode, and it's amazing. It performs so well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. So it is a key card. But I look in an effort to be reasonable, because y'all know how I feel about key cards and how much I hate them and how I think it's a dumb practice. This is an example where the only cartridge size Nintendo has is 64 gigs. This is a 90 gigabyte game, so it would not fit on the standard cartridge. It's only $40, and it comes with some other goodies as well. I did find it funny that there's a reversible cover that doesn't say key card on it. That's, I don't know, maybe that's a nod, but I feel like as far as key cards go, there have been far, far worse examples of the actual key card release. I still would love to see a physical release for this, especially because we know the new ones are coming. Rebirth and whatever the third one's going to be. We got that information, but I don't know. It could be worse. If it was full $70, I'd probably be more grumpy, but $40 with some extra goodies, it is what it is.
Yeah, I thought it was going to release this year. I guess I'm a little surprised that it slipped out to January. But yeah, from what I've seen, it looks amazing. And yeah, I think the fact that now we know that 2 and 3 are coming to Switch 2 will make people a lot more likely to play it on Switch 2, knowing that they'll be able to get to the entire saga, which I think is a big deal, honestly. And yeah, I mean, I think everyone expected a game key card, just because, the game is pretty big. So that's just the way it is. I think that game is going to do really well digitally. But yeah, I'm glad we have. I'm glad we have a date for that, because that is kind of one of the big kind of technical showpieces.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, we've talked about this before, but my biggest grump with key cards is when you have games that are like, 10 gigabytes on a key card. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But this is one example where it is just a really big game, and so it is what it is. So I'm still excited about that. Huge Final Fantasy VII fan. Love Remake. So yeah, excited to see that. Excited to see how it'll perform.
Yeah, I think that'll be big in Japan, because they have said recently that like the price of the PS5 has been pretty prohibitive, I guess. And, with like countries like Japan, Korea, where bases are small, they love their handhelds. So I'll be very curious to see how it sells, especially there. Because when 16 went to Xbox, it didn't exactly light the world on fire. I guess it sold like okay, but I think Xbox players are used to just having Game Pass stuff. So yeah, I'm hoping this gives it a bump, because it's a great game. So I'm hoping it does well.
It is great, right, Mags?
Sure, it's great.
Oh man, way to bring that up, Slam.
I knew it was coming. I could feel it.
Yeah, she was.
I knew it. So it's okay. I was expecting it.
It's all right. When Rebirth comes, maybe
played that
that's
yet?
the time.
No.
Oh.
Eventually, I'll get.
She's got so much free time, and she's just not playing games anymore. What do you even do with your time, Max?
Leave me alone.
Yeah, and Rebirth is a huge game. That's gonna need 2 key cards, even though none of them.
I know.
Right?
Yeah, it's
2 key cards. I love that.
The world's
have to swap
first,
it out.
box with 2 cartridges. Yeah.
Oh
my gosh, wouldn't that be hilarious?
Now that I'm actually thinking about it, I think they might have moved it to January because they don't want it near Dragon Quest. Because Dragon Quest, 1 and 2 HD remaster. I mean, it is one of the most anticipated games of the year in Japan. Probably just want people buying that.
And then they got Octopath coming out in December.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
It's stacked. This year is so stacked.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, especially the end of the year. I feel like the beginning of the year was like, okay, not bad.
And then the middle had nothing.
I'm thinking about it.
The summer was just like...
They have Tactics in September. October is... What do they have in October?
Pokemon, Digimon. This is elsewhere. Sorry.
Yeah. Dragon Quest. They don't have anything in November. December is
Octopath.
Yeah.
January is Fire Emblem.
Right, is Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy. And then February is Dragon Quest
again. Yeah. They're really going hard on the push for Dragon Quest, and I love it.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're not there yet, but we
Okay.
have lots of things to say
Okay.
about Dragon Quest. We will definitely get there. Okay, yeah, but first, linked Banner of the Spark. Am I right? Everybody? Anybody? Huh?
Don't even know what that is.
All right. Yeah, I don't remember. It was in there. But hey, Hades 2. Hades 2 was after that.
I love
and that was pretty exciting.
This is
yeah.
okay. I won't spend a lot of time on this, but like, I thought it was interesting because this one's been in early access for a long time, and it's getting an exclusive first console like full release for the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. It also is going to be the first game to run at like 120 frames per second. I think on the
frames
Switch
per
2.
second. Yeah,
and so like they announced a lot of things in that like one little thing, where it's like it's coming out of early access. We got a full release for Hades 2. It's going to be like exclusive console release on the Switch. I think that's a big get for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super. I put like 50 hours into Hades, and I wasn't anticipating it coming this soon. And yeah, it's gonna do a sales battle with Hollow Knight. Like, I was like, oh, Hollow Knight's gonna be number one until Pokemon on the eShop. But now with Hades 2, I'm not so sure. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game looks phenomenal.
It does.
Yeah, it really does. Looks amazing. I haven't played the first one. I'd like to, but now that you said you spent 50 hours, I'm like, I'm never going to play Hades. I'm just never going to get there.
You don't have to spend 50 hours.
Do you know me, Slam? Oh my gosh. Whenever I read like the how long to beat summary for some of the games that I want to play, they're like, this RPG is going to take you 50 hours. I'm like, okay, I'm going to add a plus 10, because what happens to me is I get in there and I get so addicted to the mechanics that I start trying to break things, and I start grinding, and I start doing whatever it is I can, and I end up spending more time than I need to. I have a problem. Okay.
For me, I'm the opposite. I'm not very good at action games, so I have to build in like extra time for me just to get past things that other people might get through very easily. But yeah, I mean, Hades and the physical edition, and I love it where they just. I would play more indie games if they announced physical editions for them sooner.
I'm the same.
So, even though I think the physical edition is like a month later, I'm happy I know about it because I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've said that before too. And I get it. Like with some indie developers, it's just like too much up front, but having a physical copy goes a long way for sure. All right. After that, we had the Kirby amiibo, which were incredible. I'm kind of surprised. Like, on one hand, I just thought amiibo would kind of just be what they are. So it was surprising that they're like, hey, we're figuring out a way to make these even more interesting than they already are. But at the same time, like, Kirby Air Riders is a Sakurai game, and I'm like, that guy is behind. Like, that guy always just finds ways to surprise us. So in that sense, I guess I shouldn't be surprised that, he's gonna throw us for a loop like that. But there is a full Kirby Direct coming from Sakurai, and we didn't get a chance to play Air Riders at PAX because the line was like wrapping around the booth, and it just would have taken too long. But I've heard so many good things about it. A lot of people were saying that they liked it more than Mario Kart, that it was like one of the best racers they've played in a while, that it feels very like Sakurai coded. So I'm pretty excited about that one. It'll be interesting to see how that one does.
Yeah, I spoke to a few people I know who are bigger Kirby Air Ride fans than I, who watched the Direct and just had this feeling Sakurai was holding modes back, things like that. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that there's a second iteration of this, that they might have actually filmed at like the same time.
Yeah.
So we'll see with that one. That'll be interesting as well. All right. Next two that came up were bigger ones. First one, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, which comes out on my birthday. Shout outs to my birthday. And then
Shout outs
the next
to
one
my
was
birthday.
Dragon Quest. Shout outs to my birthday. The next one was Dragon Quest. So we'll go through Hyrule Warriors quickly because we really need to talk about Dragon Quest. So Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment looks good. Did anybody notice any performance issues from that trailer? Because it looked clean to me, and that was one of my biggest concerns.
I think it looked good.
Okay. Yeah.
They don't need to do anything else to sell me on this, really. I feel like we know what it is, and it's going to be pretty cool. And yeah, I'll play it. I played the first Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Yeah, liked it, even though it performed terribly. But
that's why I was concerned.
Yeah, still enjoyed it.
Yeah, it looks really interesting. They're bringing in some mechanics from tiers where you can pick up some of the items and use them. They showed this really crazy, like there was like a fan put down and it was like spinning the enemies around, and then I think they like ignited it with something and it became like this firestorm tornado, and I was like, oh, this is gonna get wild. So I'll be interested to see how some of those combinations turn out. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the game was winter 2025 there's winter for like the longest time, and winter can kind of leak into like the first half of like the next year, and so I'm happy the release date is November.
Yeah, November. It's early November too, so that's such a weird. I heard about that from somebody else where they were like, they said winter, but early November is not even that. Like, it's not the same thing. So maybe they're pushing it up to make room for something else. I don't know. We'll see. But then we got Dragon Quest freaking 7 Reimagined. Let's go. Got the Dragon Quest shirt on. So we were just having a conversation about this in the Discord. So shout outs to the Discord. If you have not joined our Discord, go check that out. It's so much fun. We have a lot of great conversations there. There's all kinds of chaos. It's wonderful.
We have some cool events coming up too. So
we do have some cool events coming up.
Want to participate in some cool stuff with the community? Definitely join.
Yep.
So much chaos.
We were just having a conversation about this where we were talking about the HD 2D versus 3D. And what I was basically arguing was, if we see a Dragon Quest 7 announcement at this Direct, then that to me, and I don't know this for certain, but that to me would seem to indicate that we have a distinct team from the HD 2D that's going to be working on the 3D Dragon Quest versus the HD 2D. So what that will mean is we will be able to, in parallel, see an advancement of those games, right? So after 1 and 2, presumably next we'll see 4, 5, and 6, right? Because that's its own trilogy as well. But then the big one that everybody is hoping for is 8. 7 is great. Like, we'll get to 7 being excited on its own merits. But this does seem to indicate that if they have the engine and the structure and the assets put together, that we could be seeing an 8 remake sooner than later as well, which is very, very exciting. All of this is very, very exciting. Like, I love that we're just seeing Dragon Quest go crazy here. We do need 12.
I like
Square Enix, if you can just, get that one out there as well. But this was a very, very exciting announcement.
I like how Brandon's most excited by Dragon Quest 7 Remake, because that means 8 might come later. Look, 7 is underrated, bro. I'm sorry.
No, look,
7 is great.
I'm excited about 7. I'm excited about 7.
No,
I don't know about that.
Don't you do it.
Oh.
Don't you do it. Listen, 7 is great.
I played
okay?
the PlayStation version and the 3DS version. It is just super slow and boring.
Okay,
That's
look,
He
my
played
It's-
Cold Steel twice, Slam.
Yeah.
I love how
Don't
you
bring that
play
up.
these
Don't
games
bring
that
that
you
up.
hate so much. Listen,
Just so I can prove my point. That's the only reason.
7 is
Out of
so
spite.
underrated. Everybody's like, oh, it's too long. It's a slog. Look, the characters are great. The story is there. Yes, it is an incredibly long game. It is like the first super long Dragon Quest game, and it does overstay its welcome a little bit. But if you can get wrapped up in it and you can enjoy the combat and the gameplay systems and all that stuff that they have here and the characters and the little stories that they have sprinkled throughout this game, like if you go out and seek them and don't just like mainline it, this game has a lot to love about it. I played it on the 3DS that was the first time I played it was on the 3DS. And it kind of reignited my love for the series again. So I wasn't really into Dragon Quest for a while, hardcore Final Fantasy fan, played a lot of Square stuff. And then Square started dropping the 3DS games for Dragon Quest. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick up 7. I'm going to play it. And I got completely wrapped up in all the characters and the stories and the music and just everything about it. Absolutely fell in love with it. It was nice. It was this nice, like medium, like kind of border between old school feeling Dragon Quest, but not quite on the level of like 8 and what you would see from the later innovations in the series. And I just felt like it had so much charm to it. And I do feel like it's very slept on. And I love that this reimagining is happening. We've got rumor or confirmation that they're changing a lot of the structure of everything to kind of streamline things and make the story not feel as long and drawn out. So Tay, all the things you hate about Dragon Quest 7 will probably be fixed and you'll love it. Yeah.
Maybe.
No, I was gonna say I am excited for 7 for 7's sake. I'm just saying I'm also excited for the implications of 7, but the information that we've gotten on 7 so far, shout outs to Chad from Square Enix. He was dropping a bunch of stuff on Twitter today, but they're not only improving the pacing of the story itself by how they're presenting the story, but they're making a ton of other improvements with the job system. It looked like in some of the screenshots that you can combine some of the jobs. I don't know if that was like a thing in the original, but it looked like they are doing a whole bunch of new things with the actual battle mechanics themselves. The art style looks amazing.
Yeah, so unique.
Apparently they grab these I don't want to call them action figures, but these character
dolls.
What do you call them? Dolls?
Models?
Yeah. And models, thank you. And they scanned them in and they use those as the basis, and they like a lot of the towns are now like diorama style, which is kind of like Fantasian, and I love that about Fantasian, but it looks way better. That's not to say anything against Fantasian. I love that game. It just looks so clean and so good. This feels like it's going to be like the way to play Dragon Quest 7. But I'm going to shut up because Stealth, you loved this game and you had some thoughts about it as well. So go for it, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I put over 100 hours into the game on PS1, which was kind of a prerequisite if you were going to beat it. I did the same thing on 3DS not that long ago. Like, I decided to replay it about a year ago. And yeah, I think it's super underrated.
Thank you.
The writing and just the mini JRPG sagas you get into, in each little area is just really good, and just the character writing and some of the touching moments. And then that's one of my concerns is like how much are they streamlining the story here? Are they cutting some of them? That's really my only concern is what are they going to do with the story to make it, because they already did that with the 3DS version. That was pretty streamlined too in terms of the intro, which was notoriously drawn out, and they cut that down. They gave you like a shard radar where you can just easily find the shards and things like that. So that's kind of a concern of mine. The art style looks good. And yeah, I mean, they are letting you do 2 jobs at once, which if you've played the original or the 3DS version, you could play the entire game and like barely master 1 job or maybe 2. Like, it really wasn't conducive to like exploring different jobs that say like a Final Fantasy V or a Bravely Default might have you. It might just be a little bit more easy to jump around. Like Dragon Quest 7, you kind of had to stick to 1 and then see it through, or else you'd never beat the game because you wouldn't have the skills you needed. So that's kind of a good change. But yeah, I'm not surprised that they're remaking this again. Dragon Quest 7, I think, sold something like 4 million copies on PS1 in Japan. Very, very popular. Like probably next to Dragon Quest 3, it's 7 as like the popular one.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just my concern is how streamlined are they going to make the story to make it shorter or whatever they're doing. Yeah. And then also I think they're adding like monster super moves, which I'm not super thrilled about. They're adding like extra stuff to the combat to make it go quicker. I kind of like the turn-based system as it was, but yeah, I think it's definitely exciting, especially it's so soon. It's February.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, that's crazy. It looks amazing. Yeah, it sounded like they were going to streamline some of the story by turning certain things into like vignettes or like little, I don't know, little stories that you can like listen through or something, but I have no idea, first of all, how that's going to look, and second of all, what the implications are for fans of the original, because like I said, I tinkered with 7, but I never beat it. So I'm really excited about this because all of that stuff for me, and this is admittedly during a time where there's just a glut of JRPGs out there that are amazing and I want to play all of them. It feels like this is going to be the most accessible way to play this game. And it is 6 and 7 are the only Dragon Quest games I have not beat. So that's kind of why I'm excited about this one. The rest of them I'm excited because they're Dragon Quest games and I love to see them coming back and all the improvements and everything. But this one I'm like, I want to lock in and actually beat 7 for the first time. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like I was saying earlier, if they update it where it's not so sluggish, then cool. Graphics do a lot for me, and the game looks gorgeous. I love what they redid with the lighting and how everything looks and the character models. So I'm willing to give it a try, but like I said, I played it twice already and didn't really love it. I haven't beat it, but I played quite a bit of both versions and didn't really enjoy it that much. Mostly from the combat. It's just really, I mean, it's that old school, just first person, turn-based. There's not really much to it. So hopefully they kind of spice it up. At least give us like a high speed mode or something. Then it could be more tolerable.
Yeah. And recently, there was also some new models made for Final Fantasy IX. So what does this mean, Square Enix? Are we going to see that Final Fantasy IX remake?
By the way, I just want to point this out. We kind of are dancing around it, but the fact that they announced Dragon Quest 12, I think in 2021, and we will have gotten at least 4 remakes before that comes out, if not more. Who knows what else they're cooking, but I think that's crazy. They've taken that long.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see what 12 looks like when they finally like bring it out and show off what they're doing. It seems like it's hard to say, right? But it seems like they have had some trouble with that one, possibly around the direction they originally had and maybe where they're going now. Who knows? But I'm still excited for 12. Like, I just want to see what that's going to be and when it's going to come out. But it kind of feels like the Metroid Prime 4.
There were definitely stories of like development hell of Dragon Quest 12. So like, who knows? And yeah, we got the remakes. We got, I think, Treasures. We got Monster. We got all these games.
Yeah, all this
before 12. But also, I think now they have to add a Switch 2 version. They just have to. So, and I also think they have to make 12 for Switch. If they don't, they'd be incredibly short-sighted to not do that. So they have a lot of platforms that they kind of have to balance this out for. But yeah, I mean, it's clear to me that 12 is in some kind of development trouble.
Man, I mean, I hope when they do come out, it comes out swinging, because 11S was just like it's one of my favorite games ever. So I really want to see 12 come in with a win. But in the meantime, honestly, like, I know there's a lot of talk online about, remasters, remakes. There's too much of it. We're not seeing any new creativity anymore, et cetera, et cetera. And I think there's some validity to that. But given how inaccessible some of these games are nowadays and how freaking expensive they are, like, I am a retro collector, so I know what it costs to go back and play some of these games if you don't already own them. If you want to actually legally own them anyway. So I personally am happy to see that they're like paralleling off and finding ways to bring this stuff back with these kinds of enhancements that make it look so much better. There's always the occasional boring port where they don't do anything significant like Tales of Symphonia. But like I like seeing this stuff come back personally. So that was for you, buddy. That was for you, Slam. All right. Speaking of bringing stuff back, you know what else they announced after this? Virtual freaking boy. Let's go. Oh man, I can't believe they did this. And apparently I'm the only one here excited about it because I think it's absolutely wild that we're actually getting this, but
it's silly. I mean, the thing, like at first I was like, how are they going to do Virtual Boy? Because it's meant to be 3D, and then they cut and they're like, oh, we're selling a peripheral. I'm like, who is going to buy this thing?
Brandon.
And then they have like a separate thing where it's just the cardboard version. I'm like, I could see people buying that, but that's crazy. I mean, we'll see.
I thought it was an SNL skit for a second. Whenever I saw it, I was like, this can't be real. And then it even shows him like using it in the direct. I'm like, this is gotta be a joke. This can't be real.
Dude, I love it so much.
Yeah. On the next one, for Nintendo Switch Online, we're bringing back the Library of the N-Gauge.
Oh man. Speaking of wild Nintendo things, right? I just feel like this is like the most Nintendo thing Nintendo can do. And for me, I'm like, look, for the classics, I'm happy that we just got the GameCube. So the only thing I want right now is them to actually drop like Fire Emblem and these other GameCube games that they said are coming. I don't really feel the need for another major system. Like, I don't have any expectations that we're going to get the DS or the Wii. Like, people have been talking about that someday. Like, I'd like to get there, but right now the GameCube is still new. So just as we're going to come out of nowhere with the Virtual Boy, which is this like super obscure console that like very few people nowadays got to experience. If you want to experience it, it's really freaking expensive. Oh, and we're doing like a brand new peripheral that works with your Switch too. I'm like, okay, this is sick. Like, for game preservation's sake, like, I can't believe this is happening. You're actually getting a peripheral. Like, yeah, you can have the cardboard one if you don't want to buy the actual peripheral, but I don't know. I think it's amazing that they're just like, we're gonna own that this is something that we have in our history, and we're gonna make this available. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to play. But I think it's incredible. I'm super excited about it.
So, Mags, what do you think about the Virtual Boy?
I don't really care about it, but if it makes people happy, then good for them. It's not for me.
It makes our friend Brandon happy, apparently.
Yeah. So it's worth it then, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love the support here. And thank you, Nintendo, for being so weird. It's one of the things we love about you. What about you, Stealth? Are you going to get it?
You know, I never owned a Virtual Boy back when it first came out. I'd be interested in trying the games maybe for an afternoon as like a historical curiosity. But I really have no desire to buy that peripheral.
Yeah.
I don't know if they announced what the price would be. But
I think it's like 110 for the peripheral, which sounds like a lot, but if you go on eBay and look at the original, it's extremely
Nobody wants to buy the original Virtual Boy and play it, dude. Those games were all bad. I don't know,
dude. There is a market for that. Number one, so don't crap on the retro market. Number two, do you know what Tay could play on the Virtual Boy?
What could he play?
Mario freaking Tennis. That's right. It's on the Virtual Boy. So let's go.
Okay, for collecting purposes, Brandon, I'll give you any retro item is valuable from that standpoint. But if we're talking about buying a $110 peripheral, this isn't like a old school item that you're gonna have like a piece of history that you collected, right? This is just a way to play it's just a way to play these games that like are not the best of what Nintendo has to offer, is all I'm saying.
Slam, we're living history as we speak right now.
Okay, fine. 20, 30, 60 years from now, you'll have the obscure Virtual Boy accessory that
I'm telling you,
the Switch
there's
could
going to be
slide
Level Up
into.
Legacy episode 352 when we're like 50 years old, and I'm going to be like, Slam, I told you. And it's going to be great. So we'll get there. We'll get there one of these days.
It's going to be worth $10 million. And then I'm going to be like, it's wrong again.
Oh man, yeah, I think it was just a crazy, unexpected. I did also feel like it was fake, to be fair.
Yeah, right.
Like,
it did feel that way when they showed it. It did, but no. To give it to you, you mentioned something. You were like, I like it when Nintendo does weird stuff. I'm never gonna like sit here and be like, don't do weird stuff, because most of it, I'm all for. You know what I mean? I just thought this was just too weird, in my opinion, and just like an odd time to do it too. To be honest,
I know, right?
But you know,
I mean, it's really just like an NES Mini or an SNES Mini where you're locked to a certain set of games on that system. But I don't think a lot of people have a lot of love for Virtual Boy in terms of those games. People would want to go back and play NES games and SNES games with the mini console. But like asking people to buy a kind of a big, big Virtual Boy peripheral is.
I also think it would be more interesting if it was like the SNES or NES Mini, where it was like an item that had these games on it, rather than just
versus like needing the Switch.
Yeah, basically, it's just a big hunk of plastic that you need to slide the Switch into. And I don't like it. I would actually be much more excited for it if that was it, because I do like the fact that like I have the SNES Mini. This is a nice physical thing that has a collection of classic SNES games that I'll be able to play for the rest of my life. I can hook it up.
Them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This still needs online and needs a Switch Online subscription. You have to have the Switch 2 or Switch console that slides in there. It's just a lot less exciting from that.
You know what, buddy? I'll give you that one, because I'm always about those physical things that we can own and aren't connected to online services. So granted, that would be a much better option, but I still think it's kind of it's still a fun thing for online.
It is, but they're also like drip feeding the games too. And who knows, we might only start with like 3 games.
Yeah.
And then who knows if they're like the good games or not. So there's it's TBD.
I'm going to be looking forward to your tweet, Stealth, because like something's going to come up. If it sells out like crazy, I know there's going to be some tweet about it. Yeah. And if there's also reports of people barfing like they used to back in the day, that's probably going to have to be a tweet as well. So I'm going to keep up. I'm going to keep watching your stuff.
If I throw up, there'll be a picture.
If I throw up, there will be a picture. Love that.
Oh man. No, that was so weird. But anyway, let's move on to the rest of the list here. Some of these we'll skip through relatively quickly. Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly remake.
I like
the only thing I can say for that one is I was trying to make Samira not watch it because she's not even 3 yet, and it was creepy, and she was like so mad at me. She was crying. She's like, I want to see it, Dad. And I was like, no, you can't watch this. You're too young. So that was my experience.
Yeah, I don't have much to say. I've never played them, so that's why I'm excited. I've never played it, and I hear a lot of good things about this game. So, yeah, I want to check them out.
Dude, Fatal Frame games are terrifying, and I know that. I only know that because I played. I don't remember which one it was. Something on the PS2 at a friend's house back in the day, and I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. When you're like, you got the camera up and you're trying to take a picture and the freaking things are like coming closer to you. It's just like, nope, not for me. Moving on. Give me some Final Fantasy. So I will not be buying that game, but shout outs to everybody who will enjoy that. One Piece though, Pirate Warriors 4 Switch 2 edition. Huh?
I love One Piece.
One Piece fans?
Any One Piece fans. Like he doesn't know me.
Yeah.
God. Yeah. Awesome. Probably not going to play it though, because I don't really like that type of game. But
and here I thought you were a true fan, Slam. All right, we'll move on to Overcooked 2 Switch 2 edition, and apparently there's camera support, as I learned earlier. So that'll be fun. We're gonna do some Overcooked, huh?
No, probably not. I don't know.
No? Yeah, like chilling by the fire, but we're cooking.
It'd be a lot of chaos.
Right.
A lot of fun.
It would be a lot of chaos.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say
this next one, though. This next one, though, I was legitimately excited for, and that's the Stardew Valley Nintendo Switch 2 edition. But honestly, I'm just excited because it's Stardew Valley and I love Stardew Valley. I think the main thing they focused on for this edition was that there are mouse controls, and I'll be honest with you, like I probably won't use the mouse controls.
I think that's an awesome addition for Stardew. I think Guardians of Ozma had this too, and it was
really
pretty cool to play.
Yeah. It had mouse control. Yeah.
Yeah, you could just like use the mouse and then like highlight a bunch of stuff. Like you streamline that process so fast. You play all kinds of stuff so quick.
Yeah, it was super convenient. Yeah. So I imagine it'll be convenient for Stardew as well.
Especially late game Stardew. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Well, I mean, by that point, you should have like iridium sprinklers and stuff. You know, it should be fine. No, but that did actually sell me a little bit on the mouse controls. So maybe I'll give that one a shot, but more Stardew, the better. I love that. We just need Haunted Chocolatier. I don't know how many of you guys are like locked into Concerned Ape, but he announced that years ago, and I'm so ready for that game.
We need it.
So yeah,
we need it.
Yeah. All right, next one. Humans Fall Flat. Moving on.
It fell
Power
flat
Wash
for me.
Simulator 2. Mascot jokes. Let's go.
Savage.
Power Wash Simulator.
Savage Mags.
Suika Game Planet. Anything hitting for anybody here? Okay. Then Metroid Prime 4. With some really freaking cool amiibo that I also already pre-ordered because they're so cool. This was an interesting one, honestly. Like, it looks like it's going to be more open world-ish, which is kind of, I honestly, like, it looks cool. I'm not sure how I feel about it because I feel like one of the things about Metroid Prime that is so good is you're kind of like locked into a tighter environment. It's kind of intense. Like you're just kind of moving from level to level, but like that's part of the pacing that makes it so good. And while seeing Samus jump into a really epic looking bike and riding around was super cool to look at, it also made it look more open and less like exciting with that quick pacing than I would expect from a Prime game. So I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm still excited. I obviously already got the freaking amiibo. But I don't know. What did you guys think about that?
I mean, it looked cool. I haven't played any of the Prime games, so I have no frame of reference, but I saw an interesting tweet that they say they're like, every time they show something new for Metroid Prime 4, it keeps getting negative hype. So I'm like, oh, motorcycle looks cool. You're running around the desert. There's little like outposts to like pop into and find stuff and keep moving. I thought it looked cool, but again, I haven't played any of the Prime games, so maybe this is not what people are looking for. So
I think it looks cool.
An outsider's
I just want to play it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the desert area didn't look great in trailer form. It seemed a little empty. I mean, it kind of, it doesn't, I didn't get the feeling that it's open world. I got the feeling like maybe there's a hubbish kind of desert area that you can ride to the different spots, because like you can see the tree in the background, and we know like the tree is a big area. So I'm not exactly sure how open it's going to be, or if it's going to be more hub like. But yeah, I'm excited that the game is coming out this year. You know, it was kind of a blemish on Nintendo, where it's like they had to make a YouTube video and say, hey, we're really sorry, we had to restart development of this game because it turned out so poorly originally. And, you know, they've never done that with any other game before. So I think they're just kind of happy to get this out and be done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how that is. Like, I'm interested to get more information about that because, again, I think there's something about the Metroid Prime games that you can lose if you make it too open. So we'll see. But overall, I would say I'm still very excited about it. It looks really clean. There was a lot of really cool stuff going on in that trailer. So I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, it looked terrible, I'm now not hyped anymore. I'm still totally hyped. Just had some questions come up because at first I was like, is this Metroid? And then, of course, you see Samus, and it's like, okay, this is Metroid, but this is not what I expected, right? So, yeah, so that'll be interesting. Looking forward to that one coming out, and I'll obviously have more thoughts on that once it launches. If I have time to play, there's going to be like 50,000 games to play within the next 3 months. Donkey Kong Bonanza, DK Island, and Emerald Rush DLC. So it's here today. Anybody excited about that?
I moved on for now. I got too much to play, so I might revisit it later. And it looks interesting, But I can't go back to that game right now.
Okay, yeah. This is my point with DLC that I was trying to make earlier, right? Like, this is what happens, right? You play the game, you beat it, you get excited. They do DLC later, and it's like, that's interesting, but like, I've already moved on. There's a lot of other games to play. So, yeah. But as far as what it looks good. Yeah. If you have the time or are interested, it looks like you'd have a good time with that one. Did anybody actually pick it up yet?
No.
Certainly not Tay.
Certainly not Tay.
That guy never buys any Nintendo Switch 2 things, ever. I don't know why.
Or a Switch 2, period.
Right. All right. Next one. Pokemon Pokopia. How we feeling about that one, huh?
The Ditto girl just looks really weird. Yeah. I'm sorry, it bothers me. I don't.
With the arms.
The thing is, I want to think that like she's cute, but it's just not happening. So I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah, there's also like a boy version too, but they didn't show it in the trailer.
Really?
Yeah, you could choose either one you want. I think there's also character customization too. Not that it changes like the face, just like.
I'm like, does it make it any better though? No.
No. But I mean, I looked at this game and I was like, okay, I see why Nintendo and Pokemon Company are doing this. It's going to make a lot of money because it's really a mix of like Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon and Minecraft and some Dragon Quest builders in there. And, it's one of those slow, how they described it is like slow paced sandbox where, it's meant to appeal to the people who like Minecraft and Animal Crossing. That's really who it's for. And it's being developed by Koei Tecmo, which is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really interesting. I was watching Spawnwave's video, like his reaction. And I think it was Spawnwave that said something kind of funny. He was like, I don't know, it feels kind of sad. Like this Ditto can't make any friends with Pokemon, so he has to pretend to be a human to make friends. So I was like, oh, that is a really sad way to think about it. I didn't think about it that way.
I thought it was more like, it misses its trainer. And it's trying to
either way.
Either way, it's really sad.
Yeah. Either way, it's sad.
Yeah. They also look really sad. It's just not good. So.
But yeah, I mean, I think the game's going to sell a lot, just not for me.
Yeah. Well, I thought what was interesting about it was when there's like a shot in the trailer where they pan out a little bit. And when they panned out, the finished product looked like a normal Pokemon game, which was kind of cool. It looked like, whatever, Diamond and Pearl or whatever the remakes are called. So it's kind of cool that you're getting some of those mechanics. And then when you're done, it's like, oh, you're building a Pokemon world like you would get in an actual game. So I thought it was interesting. I don't know if I'll pick this one up personally. Again, the girls might like it. My kids might like it, but it could also be one of those where I buy it for somebody else and then I try it and then I get sucked into it because that happens to me sometimes with these types of games. So, but I haven't played Dragon Quest Builders yet. Slam a long time ago told me I had to go play it. I even pulled it out and I went to start it and then there were just too many other things to do. So I'm sorry, Slam. Please forgive me.
You're the one missing out.
That didn't sound like forgiveness. That just sounded like bitterness. But it's fine. It's okay. Move on.
They are good though. 2 especially, I think, is really great.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And I have them. I just haven't played them yet. Anyway, ZA. So we have the ZA trailer. Already looked good. Played this at PAX as well. The game is going to be super fun. We've already said this before, but it felt very Xenoblade coded in terms of gameplay mechanics. And the way it played was just a lot of fun in a bunch of different ways. some of the more megas or the more mega announcements were super cool. We had, like Greninja and Delphox. They look super cool. I'm excited to see what other megas we haven't seen yet. Hopefully we haven't seen them. Pokemon seems to have trouble finding this line between showing us too much and not showing us enough. So hopefully we have a lot more to discover here. I got to be honest, though, I didn't love that we were getting a DLC announcement before the game actually came out. Not that I would love a DLC announcement afterwards. It just felt kind of icky.
Yeah,
is maybe the best way to put it.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, we got this new game coming out, but also like we're already expecting that you're going to pay us for something else. I don't know. Stuff like that. Again, like I have a strained relationship with DLC. Let's say that's certainly coming out in this video because it came out a lot in this direct. There was a lot of DLC talk. So, Mega Raichu is cool. Like it's exciting to see them do something with Raichu, but, I don't know, just a little bit weird for them to be like, hey, some of this stuff is coming out October 16th, but there's more story coming later. I don't know. I don't like that practice very much. And I kind of wish they just had it in the game like Arceus. Arceus was just kind of a one and done. So it's kind of a bummer to see that this isn't going to be a one and done. That's my personal take, though.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, no, I thought the same thing. Yeah, it's like, oh, they're announcing the DLC before the game's even out. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was another game. I'm like, what game is this? I'm like, oh, it's DLC. Ugh.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Or I thought it was going to be like another announcement, like, oh, are we seeing Gorochu? Because the leaks happened a while ago, and people have been like, hey, bring back Gorochu. So I thought we were going to see something like that, but turns out they just want more your cash money. Let's go. So anyway, still excited about that game. I think it looks really good and it's going to play well. So we'll see when that one comes out. That's going to be in the glut of end of year RPGs as well. So many games coming out. Yeah. Next up, we had Danganronpa 2 remake. Is it a remake?
No, I don't necessarily. It's not a remake. It's like updated. Yeah. Updated presentation, added scenario. So like new story.
New content. Yeah.
Yeah. So not a full remake, more so a remaster.
Love it though.
I honestly, I was confused with this because we got Decadence. So like, what's the difference?
So this is going to expand like the content of Danganronpa 2. Like it's going to have the original story that's in the game, and then it's going to have a whole new scenario that has different murder victims and different culprits, which the whole point of this game is that you are kind of isolated. Like it's a group of teenagers who are isolated, and to escape, they have to kill someone and get away with it. And so the whole gameplay loop is figuring out who killed who and then going through a trial and then picking the right person. So the second scenario is like going to be different. Like it's not going to be the same people who've like committed the crimes this time. So it kind of adds like a whole other story to the game, which seems so cool because the second one is the best one. It is like so good. So
I haven't played any of them. I've been told that I would really like them. I just haven't read them.
So unhinged, but so good. In fact, my friend Bethany, shout out to Bethany, got me this print of one of the characters from Danganronpa 2.
Nice.
He's the best character. Yes. So shout out to her.
Shout outs.
But the characters are great. The mystery is great. There's so many cool twists. The music is great. Like I would definitely recommend playing this one because also you're going to get like a whole second story too. So it just seems like a great way to experience it.
Okay. I have Decadence. So would you recommend playing any of Decadence first?
I would play the first one.
This?
That one had the first two on it, right? I'm trying to remember.
Didn't it have like the first?
It had all the games.
Oh, it had all of them.
Wasn't it like all of them?
Oh, then I would play the first one because it's good and it's essential to understanding like some of the things that happen in the second game. Like you don't want to play the second game without playing the first one. That would kind of like ruin some of the story elements of it. But I would wait because it looks like the second one came out in 2012. So I didn't realize it was that old. So it's gonna
Okay.
look so much better and like play better this
Okay.
way. So yeah.
Okay.
It's
Noted.
exciting.
That's
I
been a
was not
series that I've
expecting
been
this
like
one.
wanting to
Yeah.
get into, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
very
kind of came out of
unhinged.
nowhere.
Yeah. And it's weird that they're only doing it for the second one and not the first one. But no, it's cool. It's a fun game.
Is it because do you think it's because like fans in general are just fans of the second one more? It's like the game to play.
I don't know. Like, I feel like all of them kind of have their own like special place with fans. Like, the second one's my favorite because I feel like the story was the best and the characters were the best. But like, I've seen people really like the first one and really like the third one. So I'm not really sure. But the third one like looks a lot better, and this version of the second one looks a lot like the third one. So I think they kind of modeled it after that one.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Well, that'll be one to look into then. That's exciting. I'll have to check those out. I did just do the Somnus Files, so I'm starting to dip my toes into like more of the obscure games that have been recommended. I feel like Danganronpa is definitely in that realm. So
It's definitely in that realm. Yeah.
cool. All right, we have a few more left. Next one is Dynasty Warriors Origin with paid DLC. Shout outs DLC. Okay. This one I think is interesting because I've heard people talk about Three Houses in reference to this game. That there are a lot of like similarities, not only from the historical events, but the Dynasty Warrior games itself, and like in terms of how they build in the paths and different things like that. I am not much of a Dynasty Warriors fan, but this is one of those that has my interest enough that if time permits, I may check it out. But that's a big asterisk if time permits. Anybody get excited about this one at all, or is anybody into the Dynasty Warriors series?
No.
Oh, I actually love them. I love the Warriors games. My most played Switch game is Fire Emblem Warriors. I have like 150 hours in that game. I bought all the DLC. I did everything in that. So, and I actually played Dynasty Warriors Origins on PS5. You might dig it because it kind of plays. I mean, the gameplay is still like you go into a fight, you kill hundreds of guys, you're capturing points. But it's structured more like a RPG where there's like a world map and you can kind of do side quests and talk to people and upgrade your gear and stuff like that. It's much more story heavy. So if that sounds interesting, go for it. But it's still, I mean, the gameplay is still the same old thing. But I like that. So
yeah, I like the Warriors games in general. Although I will admit that my favorite Warriors games have been the newer ones where they integrate it with another IP really well. You know, like your Persona Strikers and your Hyrule Warriors and stuff like that. Fire Emblem Warriors, especially Three Hopes. I loved Three Hopes. That game was amazing. Anyway, yeah, so I might check that one out. That one looks interesting. The next one up we had was Monster Hunter Stories 3. We got a release date of March 13th, which was exciting. Still looks good. Someone did note, I forgot who I was listening to that noted that it was weird that in the trailer they were showing some of the like jankier aspects of the gameplay. Like when one of the monsters is like climbing, you could see it's kind of like glitching a bit on its way up. And there were some other parts of the trailer. I didn't notice it personally though, and I think for me, I'm just excited about this one. Like it just looks so good. So.
Oh yeah,
it looks so good.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing I've been seeing clips of, I forget if this was in the direct or if they put something on after, but there's like this interesting seamless transition. Like if you're exploring the world and you're riding one of your, they call them monsties, not monsters, but if you're riding one of your monsties, you can switch in real time and you'll just like hop from one to the next. So if you like are jumping off something and then you can just jump onto your flying one. And then if you want to swim, you can like jump onto your swimming one. I love that. Like it doesn't make any sense like in the context of the world, but gameplay wise, it's like just let's streamline the experience. Let's just make it as smooth as possible. So I love that they're doing that. And production value wise, it just looks like a big step up from 2, and 2 was great. So I'm glad they're just doing more. I was like, I don't know how this 2 sold, but apparently well enough to make a third one. So
Yeah, it
very
looks
cool to
so
see that.
good. And it was cool, like when they showed it in the trailer, it was like a radial wheel where you would select your monstie, and I guess you can like customize that to like, pick
sweet.
the ones that you want to use like within a certain time or place in the game. And so that opens up so many possibilities, and it is very seamless. So I thought that was cool. That was something that wasn't in the previous ones. So I'm excited to see like what else they've implemented that's new. And it also just looks like the story is going to be solid as well. Like it seems very emotional with the monsties. So we'll see how it goes.
I love that. Let's go.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I gotta
excited about that
say,
one.
Just, I love my Nintendo stuff, but I'm glad that it's launching on everything and not just Switch 2, so we can get good performance day one. Although it looks like it'll probably run okay on Switch 2. But it was kind of frustrating that Stories 2 launched only on Switch, and then it came way later to everything else, and it runs better. So I'm glad that it's coming to everything on day one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, unless Fire Emblem releases before that, you're not going to have a Switch 2 anyway, buddy. So we got to get that Fire Emblem release date to know what Tay's going to be playing on the Switch.
Well, I was going to say, if this was only for Switch 2, I probably would have bought a Switch 2 for it, because my fiance actually really liked Stories 2, and so she got really excited for that announcement. So I would have bought it for that, but since it's coming to everything else, I'll probably just get it on PS5.
And they say exclusives don't matter.
Oh, they definitely do. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely do. I agree. All right, let's wrap this up. We got the scissor reel. We're going to go through this real fast. Ready? So first, 2 Point Museum. Super hyped for that one. Disgaea 7 Complete. Always love a good Disgaea game. EA Sports FC 26. Nobody cares. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake. Very excited about that one. Shout outs to Square Enix. Yes, that we got to go check that one out. Yeah, let's go for that one. Lego Voyagers? Question mark? Anybody? Okay. Little Nightmares 3. Cool. And Persona 3 Reload with a demo just for Mags. I heard that they actually decided that they were going to drop a demo because Mags was so grumpy about it. They're like, come on, we got to give her something. She needs to love this game. So that one's for you, Mags.
How considerate
Persona
of
3
them.
Reload. I know, right? They were thinking of you.
I probably won't play it though.
Well, that's rough. They try, and you're just rejecting them. All right. And then to wrap up the direct, because we already talked about Fire Emblem, I'm so glad we did that first. That was Slam's idea. Shout out to Slam. He's got great ideas. We love that guy.
He's brilliant.
Yep.
He's just brilliant.
He's brilliant. Yeah, he's brilliant and beautiful. Like, look at that beard. Like, we just love this guy so much. My gosh, let's love Bob.
God.
All right.
That's amazing. I don't even know what to say. I'd like to thank my family for putting me on this planet Earth here. I'd like to thank everybody involved in making this podcast a thing. I don't even thank you for the award. Just thank you so much.
We're so glad you're here. All right. They wrapped up not the podcast. We're not done yet. Wrapped up the direct with Resident Evil Requiem, and then followed it up with 7 and 8 also coming out, I think at the same time, right?
It looks like it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All 3 games are coming the same day, which
that's
that's
crazy.
But
it's a lot of Resident Evil for one day.
Mm-hmm.
Although the games are pretty short, aren't they?
Like 20 or so hours.
Yeah.
It depends on how much you want to do. I think Village is much longer than 7 from what I remember. But yeah, they're 12 to 20-ish.
I loved Village.
Okay, that's actually longer than I expected.
Oh, Village is one of my favorites.
It's so good.
Great.
I haven't really gotten into Resident Evil, so so for me at this point, I thought this was their last thing, and we hadn't seen Fire Emblem yet, and so I was like crashing out. I was like, no, I'm gonna riot. This is crazy. Like, we haven't seen Fire Emblem yet. So I feel much better now, and now I can appreciate that for Resident Evil fans, they're going to have this stuff available on the Switch. But I haven't gotten into Resident Evil since I was traumatized when I was like 8 by watching someone play it on the PS1 and being like, there's a dog chasing you and trying to eat you. What's happening? So that's my story.
It's a good story.
Well, don't
dude.
play the 8 DLC because that's got to be one of the most horrifying sequences in any horror game ever. That was so freaky. I'm not even gonna tell you what it is.
Go play it.
It was pretty freaky. Yeah.
Look, Parasite Eve, like that's as far as I go. That's enough for me. That and Shadow Hearts, like the first one, I started playing that recently, and that's already like, whoa, this is way darker than I expected. So, I'll take some remakes of those. Hey, Square, I heard you're into remakes, so Parasite Eve, let's go.
Oh,
let's do that.
Parasite Eve remake would be amazing.
Yeah,
that would be sick. Yeah, for real. But anybody else excited about the Resident Evil? Any thoughts on that?
I won't be playing it there, but I am excited about Resident Evil. Yeah.
Yeah. For Requiem, I'm very excited, but I won't play it on Switch. But I've played every Resident Evil game. I love them. That's probably like one of my top 5 favorite gaming franchises. So
Same.
I'm hyped.
I like them a lot
Requiem.
too. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's important that the Switch 2 version's coming out the same day as the others.
Very much so.
Deal.
Yeah.
It is a very big deal. It shows that they're getting big third-party day-and-date games.
Yeah.
I mean, Resident Evil 9 is a huge get to launch same day on the Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I think if they were already going to do 7 and 8, then they should have waited until they did 2, 3, and 4, and just did the whole bunch at once and just get it done.
Yeah.
Because now we're gonna be waiting for 2, 3, and 4.
That'll be a separate bundle, I'm sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I mean, it's just important for Switch that it's getting like this kind of big marquee next gen game same day as the others. That was what was impressing to me.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's something I can appreciate even if I'm not into the franchise. So yeah, love to see this. Love to see the support. Love to see all these big, great games coming on physical cartridges and not having any issues with that at all. And we're just rolling just like we were with the Switch, and it's great. It's been great. Yeah,
and it's also proof that you can never really know what game will come to Switch 2 because Nintendo just might want to hold it until they're direct. So it's like you can never be too sure when you see these third-party trailers now, and you don't see like the Switch 2 logo if it's
right.
Yeah, that's true. That's happened a lot where it's like, where's the logo, and then it ends up being revealed later. Yeah. Yeah, Nintendo will be Nintendoing. All right. But that was the entirety of the Direct. This was a massive Direct. There is a bunch of games we didn't even touch. So if you're listening and you want to let us know in the comments some game that we didn't really talk much about that you're excited about, like Dinkum, for example, that's going to be...
Mega Man Star Force?
Yeah,
that
Mega Man Star Force.
Direct.
Yeah, the Japanese one is just like, oh yeah, by the way, Mega Man game. We're not going to tell you in America. So that's exciting. But let us know in the comments what games you were excited about and what you'd like to see come to the Switch 2. I am, again, Fire Emblem and Dragon Quest made this for me. If I were to rate this Direct, and maybe this is crazy to some people, but I'd give this a 9, and that's because Fire Emblem and Dragon Quest were so hyped for me. Like the Mario stuff was great too. Like the other things were exciting. But having both of those there was incredible, and the only thing that could have made it a 10 would have been Xenoblade, but then it would have been like a 15 out of 10. Like that would have been too much. We gotta save some of that for later. Yeah. So, but Slam, give us a grade.
I give it like a low 10. B, or I guess out of 10. Let's go 7, maybe 8. I look. It was an hour long. And there was a lot of announcements. And for me to sit there for an hour, look through all these announcements, only come away with like 3 things that I was really, really hyped about that we didn't know about before the Direct. To me, it's definitely not one of the best. I think back to some of the Directs. I mean, we've had Directs that are true 10 out of 10s where it is hit after hit after hit. We're talking about either new iterations of games that aren't remakes. We're talking about new IPs, or we're talking about remakes that are like complete, like Link's Awakening or something like that, where it's like this ground up brand new thing that nobody saw coming, that was like never leaked or anything like that. This was not that. It just wasn't in any way, shape, or form. I love Fire Emblem. I love the Dragon Quest 7 stuff. Dragon Quest 7 was rumored for a while. We all kind of felt like a Fire Emblem was coming and was due. That was heavily rumored. There was nothing here that was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Like, there's no way I could have expected this.
Except for Virtual Boy. I'm just saying.
That's a fair point.
Saying.
Never would have expected that. But also, I'm not excited about it. So I'm going to give it probably like a 7 out of 10. It could have been much better. And I think it's been a really long time since we've had a Nintendo Direct that is on that 10 out of 10 level where it's like everything is hitting. Like, I came away just completely shocked. Like at like 4 or 5 of the announcements that nobody had anticipated came out of left field, that kind of thing. It's been a while since we've had that.
I think it's coming. I think this one was meant to give us the full spread. I think I said this maybe pre-show, but we saw Mario, we saw Metroid, we saw Kirby, we saw Pokemon, we saw Fire Emblem. Like this was like the spread of Nintendo.
But we saw all those before. And that's like what I was hoping for with this one. I'm like, we've seen everything and seen it recently. Like, we've seen Metroid Prime 4 recently. We just had Kirby Air Riders at a direct before that and an hour direct after that. And we're getting another one. So it's like, we just give us some new stuff that we didn't know about. That's all I'm asking.
Hey, but Samus had a bike. You didn't see that coming. All right, Mags, what would you rate it?
I would say 8 out of 10. I'm happy with it. There was a lot of things there that I really want to play and will enjoy. And, I think there was also just a good balance of things. I feel like they had something for everyone, and I feel like Nintendo's really good at that. But this was such a massive direct that I feel like they even took that further. Like, there's multiple things for everyone in this direct, and I think that's cool. But I do agree that there weren't like a ton of surprises, so I can understand it being like a little underwhelming in that regard. But I'm happy with it, so 8 out of 10.
Sure. All right, Stealth, what you got? What do you think?
I'll go probably in 8.5.
All right.
With the caveat that Nintendo isn't Microsoft and Sony, they aren't announcing first-party games 2-3 years away. They maybe could have shown something of Zelda if they really wanted to, of the next one, and that's just not what they do. So they really kept mostly everything here to within the first quarter of next year. And within that context, I thought they showed a lot, for that. They aren't showing games at the end of the year yet. They aren't doing that, or games years away like the others do, to maybe build hype. But then after the direct, you don't see it forever.
They used to do that. They don't do it anymore.
Every game they showed here looks like it could be released tomorrow, True. And that's kind of important to me. It's not a lot of just CG trailers. Dragon Quest, I'm still a little bit on the fence on that one. Fire Emblem's the big deal for me.
Boy.
That's just day one. Hyrule Warriors, I like. All the Mario announcements, I'm there for. I thought it was very solid, and also taking into consideration, there's probably going to be a direct in February, not the last Nintendo Direct ever. There's going to be more coming. So with that context, I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah, I think you made some really good points with them coming, like everything at it coming out soon, which is a big deal and not something they've always done. I mean, when you look back at like 1-2 years ago, or even Metroid Prime 4 is a really good example or Bayonetta 3 or whatever, where they announce these games so far ahead and you're just sitting there waiting. You don't hear anything for ages and you're like, where is this game? I do like that they did that. I do like that every game looked complete. Everything we saw is coming soon. Like, we get to be really excited about these games because we're going to be able to play them like right around the corner, and we get to know a lot about them because we got a lot of really kind of deep dive trailers into them where we saw a lot. Because you have convinced me, Stealth, I'm going to bump my grade up to an 8 because you made some good points there.
Yeah, because everything that they showed at least had a release date of 2026. There was no just trailer without.
Yeah, and all of them seemed early 2026 too. So I would have expected that like a Dragon Quest VII remake announcement like that to be like late next year or something like that. Yeah. But February, that's crazy. So
that is crazy. And we got Dinkum. Am I right? Woo! Let's go. All right, Tay. What would you give it?
I think I'm probably in the same ballpark as you guys, like 8.5, B plus, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I'm always just in it for the JRPGs, more or less, right? So to get Fire Emblem, amazing. A Dragon Quest VII remake, awesome. And then this wasn't in the direct, but again, Mega Man Star Force. I've never played those games. I don't even know what they're like, so I would be curious to check those out. Monster Hunter Stories 3 looks sick. And then, yeah, I don't know. Just overall, it looks great. And like you were saying, like everyone's been saying, it's been good that they're not like 2027 or something.
Yeah.
I've seen games that have done that. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, a little bit of everything. We got some Mario Sports. We got some remasters. We got some Life Sim stuff. We got a bunch of Pokemon stuff. So, yeah, I mean, very well-rounded, big one. They said, Keeley said this was the biggest Nintendo Direct ever, or the longest ever, which, you know, he would know.
It was
I guess.
without including a console release. That's what Nintendo said. So
got it.
It's a big deal.
They've came pretty close with some of their E3 directs or whatever. I remember those being pretty lengthy. But yeah, this.
I miss E3.
Oh yeah,
R.I.P.
me too. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh shucks.
Oh shucks! Remember the puppets? I mean, come on. There was a vibe.
Star Fox.
It was a
let's
whole
go.
vibe.
Yeah.
I'll say one more thing before passing it. I mean, the fact that now I'm actually thinking of getting the system
That's big.
means that was a good direct, right? Because before it was like Donkey Kong looks cool. I'm probably not going to buy it. Mario Kart, all right, whatever. Like I'll probably buy the bundle that'll come with it. But I need those big RPGs to sell me. And so it's like, all right, we got Fire Emblem. I'm sold.
All right, it's sold Tay on getting a Switch 2. It's a 9 out of 10.
It's a nice. That's what I'm saying.
Straight
that's
up.
What I was
you
saying.
can play Mario Tennis with us on the podcast. This is a 9 out of 10 out of 10. We got Tay on board. It changes everything.
Xenoblade wasn't there. Yeah.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do chilling by the fire with Tay. Huh?
Yep.
Huh?
I was actually just thinking that, yeah.
Don't. Let's play Mario Tennis.
You have enough for a doubles match now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
Yeah, it'd be a great time,
that's
dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man. We're just getting started with this thing. Yep. No, I think this was a really good one overall. I think it was a great spread. Sure, there are other things that, of course, I would love to see, but I do think that they really kind of nailed.
Where is Twilight Princess? Please.
That is a fair question. Did that just drop it back to an 8 for you? Is that what just happened right now?
No, because I've lost all hope, Brandon.
Oh,
I lost all hope that I'm ever gonna get it
so sad.
on the Switch. I want it so bad. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and I just hate that the remastered version is stuck on the Wii U. I would just love so much. Just give me Twilight Princess, please. All right, that's all.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's so weird. That is weird that there was like all of those rumors for both that and Wind Waker
for so long.
I mean, we have Wind Waker on NSO, but it's not. I mean,
it's not the same. No.
Yeah. It's all right, Grumpy Slam. It's gonna be okay. Buddy.
I'm all right. I'm not that grumpy. You know, Tay cheered me up. Everybody brought my spirits up after I was a little low on it. Convinced me it was great. Look, you know, would I have liked there to be like this big, grandiose reveal announcement that I had never expected? Sure, right. But that doesn't take away from all the great things we got. And then we got the new Fire Emblem, and the new Fire Emblem looks great, and it's, you know, got some roots in my favorite Fire Emblem of all time. So it's a win.
And my theory is 100% correct. Check me on it when it comes out. Just saying. Anyway, that was fun. All right. We should wrap this one up. We're like,
it went way long. 2 hours yeah, it's really close to 2 hours. It's a double whammy. You know,
double whammy. Yep. Yeah, the director's like, hey, we're going to be like about twice as long. And we're like, hey, us too.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us. Again, let us know in the comments below what you're most excited about, what we'd like to see in the future. And Stealth, where can everybody find you?
People can find me on Twitter at Stealth40k, talking about Nintendo, JRPGs, and gaming news.
for real, shout outs, dude, because I've been following your tweets for
Same.
ever, and I appreciate all the work you put into that. You're awesome, man, and you're welcome to come back anytime.
For sure.
Yep.
All right. Tay, where can everybody find you?
Over on my channel, The Gaming Shelf. I've been pretty quiet for almost 2 months now, which is unusual, but I got a bunch of stuff coming real soon. So
let's go.
We'll have the Sky FC remake review probably next week and a couple other things. So yeah,
already
we'll be picking up. Yeah, I mean, I've had it for about a week. So yeah, and then I played the demo, which is like whatever, gives you a 7-hour head start. So yeah,
I should have done that, but I started the demo on the PS5, and then I was gonna play it on the Switch too, and now I'm playing it on the PS5 again. So I just, I didn't get there in time. But Slam, where can everybody find you?
Slam Zany on all the things. Twitter and YouTube mainly is where you can find me. I did a bunch of PAX previews. I went hands-on with Tactics, went hands-on with Octopath Traveler 0, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 Remake. And yeah, I have videos for all of those. Oh yeah, and Digimon Story Time Stranger. Spent 4 hours with that game. It's awesome. Also go watch that video. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right, Mags, we're gonna find you.
Yeah, at Avenger Mags on Twitter and Blue Sky, and also as a staff writer for Nintendo Force Magazine. Our issue 79 is out, and it's awesome and beautiful. So just wanted to shout out that too.
Shout out.
Let's go. Shout outs. Yes, and if you join the Discord, Mags will be known as Moogle Mags. Eventually, the plan is to make her... I don't know, Unicorn Magzalord or Magzalord, Magzacorn Unilord, something like that.
Magsona for Golden. Because we're trying to convince her to play Persona 4 Golden. Don't switch it up, Brandon. You got a plan here.
Also, sorry, you're right.
The
You're
greatest
right.
game of all time. I think that's a good idea.
I want to say shout outs to Quinn from Limited Run Games, because she found me a shiny variant of the Switch game, and that is one of the most amazing things that I have had sent to me. So shout outs. I know it's the end of the episode, but who knows? Maybe she'll get the message. Awesome. And I'm Retro Brandon. You can find me on YouTube at Retro Brandon, and on Twitter or X, I'm at Nova Bram. You'll still see my name, Retro Brandon, but the actual tag is Nova Bram. Same thing as Slam. I did a bunch of preview videos. I also got to do some hands-on with Tactics and Dragon Quest and Octopath and Digimon. And they were all great. I'm super excited for them. Digimon is kind of the sleeper hit for me. I did not expect to have as much of a good time as I did with that one, and I think everybody should check that one out.
For convincing me,
she was the one. Yeah,
no
she's
big
like,
deal.
Like a Persona Digimon. I was like, okay, I'm here for it. So in my video, I do shout her out, so you get your credit.
Thanks.
So
I know. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, check everybody out here. Check out your videos. If you're not following Stealth, seriously, Stealth gives so much information on a daily basis about what's going on. It's super helpful. It's super exciting. So go follow that guy on X. You probably already are, but if you aren't, go check him out on X. Thanks again, Stealth, for joining us today. And we will see everybody in the next one.
See you on the next one.
Later.
Later.
Bye.